Hello, good evening. My name is Scott Goodwill, and I will be sharing with you my presentation, Can You Filter Water? First, let's get the bonus points out of the way. Richard Batts holds 2 state records in powerlifting. David Morning's STEM perspective looks like a DNA double helix. And Matt Rule through-hiked the Appalachian Trail after college graduation. So here's the problem. We have a lot of water on Earth that is undrinkable. Actually, it's very dirty, and the Earth's water resource is the most precious resource we have on Earth. We need to find ways that we can turn water that we can't drink into potable water, water that we can drink. So we're going to try to determine if the Earth's surface and under the surface is suitable for filtering water. Before I would get started doing an activity like this with students, I would watch a video or something along that line to try to engage them. I found a really cool video called Our Thirsty World, put out by National Geographic. If you watch it, it's a very inspirational video. Gives you a sense of just how fortunate we are here in the United States to have clean drinking water at our access, quick access. So here are the materials: charcoal, sand, gravel, alum, and cheesecloth. We had some other items: plastic cups, push pins, coffee filters, mesh, scissors, brown paper bag, items that I guess, were optional. I did not use the rollers and scissors or the brown paper bag. There you go. Started out the process by punching holes in the little cup. Did that for 3 different cups. I then put gravel into a coffee filter, placed that inside one of the cups. Followed the same kind of process for the sand and the charcoal. And then stacked the cups on top of each other. I was careful that the filter did not overlap or fold inside. I just wanted the items to go from the water to go through the charcoal, then through the sand, then through the gravel. I did rubber band the cheesecloth to the top. Figured that would catch any large items that might be in the water. I went to the backyard and found a place where I could dig up some soil, put that into a cup, mixed it with some water. So I made a really nice, dirty cup of water. Then I mixed the alum with fresh water. This was really cool stuff. I'd never seen this before or heard of this. Mixed the water up nicely and then poured about 2 tablespoons, teaspoons more like it, into the cup of muddy water. Was thinking enough to put a watch down. I wanted to start a little timer. It looks like the minutes there are 44 and 25 seconds. And by the time we got to 48 minutes and 6 seconds, there was already a nice amount of sediment in the bottom of the cup. It's amazing. So I was going to pour off the cleanest part of the water, attempting to keep the sediment in the bottom of the cup. That went pretty well. When I got to the end, I just stopped and had a nice, almost half, or a little bit over half full cup of water. You can see it's still on the murky side. I marked the cup. I wanted to see how much of the water would pass through the filters into a cup that would catch the clean water. So I held the filter over that cup and began pouring. You can already see in the little bit that I did pour, there's some larger chunks getting caught on the cheesecloth. And the water did eventually filter through. I was a little worried at first. It seemed to be taking a while for it to come out the little holes. So it did take a while. I held off and eventually started to accumulate some water. You notice I did pour that full serving of water. By the time I was done, about 3/4 of it had come through. I imagine if I had waited a little bit longer, more would have filtered through. The water had sort of a dirt smell to it, but that didn't bother me. I just chugged it right down. No, I didn't. I pretended to. And there you go, is a nice picture from the bottom looking up through. I don't see any large chunks. Quite a clean glass of water. I'm not sure that I would actually drink it at this point. That's something that kind of goes into my analysis here. I did determine that it was a good procedure to use, and I did find that the water did strain and clean. So yes, I made the conclusion that you could filter water with those materials and make it potable. Following the continuum here, I would say this was a very self-directed activity. Looking at the inquiry rubric, I would say this was a level 2. Problem and questions were provided, however procedures and solutions were not. Those were constructed by me, the student. I really enjoyed this activity. I would highly recommend you using this with your students. Please be sure to show them that video so that they get a sense of how urgent it is that we protect our natural resources, especially that of the water. So goodbye from Waikiki. Have a nice evening.